friends, this is MD Vegan. Cake time today, dessert, Life Bakery, yes. Mango cake and mulberry bottom. Mulberries are so amazing. Quickly show you my main ingredients for the bottom. 3 of course. Food processor is the tool I would always recommend for Life Bakery, the bottoms. Since I have this one, everything flows easily. Fit it with the S-blade, gets you a nice dough with nuts and dried fruit, basically. That's the thing. I have here mulberries, that's the title, together with walnuts. I tried some other combinations, just munching on some mulberries, which are delicious, super healthy. And yeah, common all over the planet meanwhile. They are coming from China, now they are cultivated and very healthy. And here, walnuts, we all know, very healthy fats, nice balance, and you could eat every day. So these are fitting together. Other combinations was not so good. I thought maybe combining them with a sour other fruit. Yeah. But the mulberry has a very gentle flavor. It tastes a little bit like chocolate. Chocolate, but very mellow, you know. Molasses, like that, but mellow, not very sharp. And the walnut too, they have a gentle flavor. It's a sweet, not sweet, a little bit bitter, but there's also something soft in there. This would fit together with the mulberries. Nice combination. Put them together into the food processor, and our third ingredient to make it a little bit more fluffy, a little bit more not so dense, because both here walnuts will process very creamy and fatty, high in fat, and mulberries, well, yes, they have also some fat in there. They are condensed, a lot of fiber, dried fruit. So I would like to have some coconut flour, which is also a nice combination with mulberries. They make it also that they tune into the gentleness, the gentle waves here of flavors, flavor combinations. So some coconut flour. It's a very nice combination for a dough. It makes it a little bit lighter and also nice texture. I will see what happens if I do the processor blender dance. See you soon. Oops, oh, juice is missing. Has been done, and I show you what happened and how long it took. Here is the dough. Yeah. This is it begins to get sticky. I do this and it keeps together. Yeah. And as opposed to the simple dough with dates and almonds, I usually do with the cakes. This one, the dough with the dates and the almonds takes only maybe a minute or so. Whereas this one took me about 3 minutes to process on high speed because the ingredients are so dry. The mulberries are drier than dates, if you have a soft date, and as well as the coconut flour, very dry. If you don't want to process that long, you have to you need a lot of time to knead the dough, the classical dough for a cake. Yeah, usually the flour and the ingredients, you need them a lot of time for bread and for cakes to bake. The kneading is very important process. It's the most important process to make a good dough. And that's why I like the food processor so much, because it really takes a lot of time away. Saves a lot of time. So I put it aside for a second and show you what the next step is. I will press it into the form, the spring form. This is a smaller spring form. It's under 20 centimeters, you see. And you can see what I have done here. First I line it with parchment paper, of course. And then here, you have to do this, absolutely. Yeah, you have to find out how many bananas you will fit into this form. I will never know how many I will peel. So I begin with 4 bananas, peel them, put them inside, 1, 2, 3 outside. Then I begin the next ones here, there, there, and then everything is full. This is the second layer of my cake from the filling. And once I know how many I have, I can take them out again. That is important. Very careful, because the bananas need to keep their shape. I need the shape, because I want to put them back into the spring form again. after the next step, because the second layer with the bananas will be coated with the third layer, mango cream. Yeah, and I love mango cream. So if you put it aside, you see that this is the parchment paper. Yeah? It's nicer to get to take out afterwards and to serve it, which will happen tonight, and friends coming to celebrate with me. Like once in a month, we have a little celebration here, yoga celebration, and I always make a cake, and a different one. Has been going on for 3 or 4 years now, or 5 or 6, and every time I made a different cake that I never knew before. Isn't that fun? They're so excited. Okay, now I need the food blender, the power blender, to make the third ingredient, or third layer, mango cream. Here, very easy, also 3 ingredients, mango. I have 3 mangoes here, and I tell you, friends, these mangoes are super delicious. Now, right now, they seem to be in season because in the health food shop they have them, and they're a little bit more inexpensive than before, and so delicious. So I have 3 mangoes here, medium size, cut with the peel, that is important, and put them into the blender. Cutting a mango with a sharp knife, with a large knife, is not difficult. I don't need to show you. You'll find out on your own. I cut the big sides parallel to the seed in the middle, and then I take a smaller knife and cut the rest from the peel, from the seed in the middle, from the stone. That's it basically. And I have 1 lemon here. 3 mangoes, 1 lemon without the peel. The lemon without the peel. So this I will blend up, and then the third ingredient will come to make it all a little bit firm up. But it will already be firm due to the peel and due to the mango, the high fiber content and the pectin in the mango. It will firm up a little bit. But I still will make it sure it will firm up enough for the cake, and put a third ingredient in. And that will be the binder. I will tell you in a second what it is. For now, blender dance. Took some more time because there's a lot of mango. I didn't put any liquid in, so the blender had a lot of work to do. You see what it looks like, and it is almost firm here, like a pudding. You see, but I'm not firm enough for the cake. You know, it wouldn't fit. The filling would run away. So I have to use a binder to firm it up a little bit. And in this case, I decide for locust bean gum or carob gum. Carob is the same substance. The seeds of the locust bean, the locust beans here, and they're very firm, and they are ground into a powder like this. And this is very healthy for the digestion. And it has almost no flavor. And you put it into a fruit dish, like a pudding or so, it gets firm a little bit, not too firm, not very hard, yeah. So pudding would be okay, and not for a cake on its own. It would stand. That's why I put the bananas into the cake to give a firm structure. Then I don't need to firm up the filling too much. Yeah, like I had to use, for example, then coconut fat, very fat. This is not fat at all. Just a little bit from the seeds, but very healthy and makes you good digestion. So these are very good tricks to know. So I put maybe 1.5 tablespoons in here. I just need a little bit of firming. Yeah. 1 more blender dance. Would firm up immediately now with the locust bean gum inside it. It's very fast. I help it down, scraping it from the side because a little bit is always remaining on the sides of the blender. It gets thrown up from inside of the blender because it's very high speed to the sides, and then I just have to do it once again. I scrape, I help it come down a little bit, scraping, And then I blend one more time, that's all. Now, before the filling comes, of course I have to press the dough in. So I take out the blade. Here is the dough I show you again. Yeah. Your sticky dough. And put it here into my form, onto the bottom, lined with the parchment paper, as I told you. The scraper has a little bit of a mango cream. It doesn't matter, really, it's all together. I just want to have the combination in this cake with the mulberries, the gentle flavor, and there is something very gentle in the mangoes too. You know? At the same time, they have the sour, sweet flavor. Both. It fits so nice with avocado, or with the banana, with the walnut, and the mulberry. I'm very excited about this. Beginning to make these kind of cakes. You know, we have 3 parts: a bottom, a filling, and something to make the filling firm, the banana, for example. I will do more of these cakes because they're super delicious and so easy to make. And there is not much fat in there. Just some nuts in the bottom. And you can put the nuts down to a minimum and use ingredients as you like. Yeah. Yeah. For example, you could use buckwheat, dried buckwheat, for example, or flax seeds. I mean, there are so many options. I like the walnuts. I don't mind a little bit fat together with the fruit, because you know some people don't like too much fat and fruit together. I can understand it's a little bit more heavy on the system, of course, but to me it is all quite a matter of balance. I can do very nice with it, and I think if you have very healthy digestion, then it is okay. So don't need to push too much, to press it too firm down, because I already used a lot of time, 3 minutes, in the food processor. So most of the job has already been done. It just helped a little bit, because at the end I want to have a cake that doesn't fall into pieces. See, this is all I have to do. Isn't that nice? Wonderful flavor. So first layer, we have 1 layer now with the cream, and the second layer, or the third layer, everyone, is the banana. So first a little bit of the cream on the bottom to have a bed for the bananas. The bananas won't roll down. Very easy. So I put now some of the cream on the bottom. Not too much. Yeah, not too much. That's easy. Here. Fill the bottom a little bit. Otherwise, I tried it before without the cream on the bottom directly. It's like a gum, like something to pick. Then the fruit I put onto the bottom directly, they fell down. They don't keep. So that is very easy to solve the problem. Just put a little bit of the cream and the filling onto the bottom directly, and then put the bananas on top. And then you put the rest of the cream. I'll show you in a second. So first I have to, I always use a spoon for that, because the spoon will reach the corners better than the scraper here. Yeah, this is easier. It's very important to have the right tool always. It saves so much time. Yeah, you see, this is my bottom here, directly on the bottom, like a marmalade in a classical cake. Maybe you can compare here. Mango lemon cream. Nice. So on top now I put my bananas in the way I tried before. The large bananas on the outside first. 3 large bananas, in a whole form on the outside. And then I begin the inner circle. Not that important. It should be nice a little bit. That's it. That's all. It's not really. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Main thing is that you have the whole thing filled, and that's what I would have. At least I would like to have the whole thing filled completely, because that gives the nut firm texture, the structure, maybe the structure, the skeleton of the cake. You would say here, everything is in. you see, and fill it. So, and on top of this, to fill everything, the little corners and so the holes, the rest of the cream, the main part of the cream, and then I'm done. Is that nice? So nice, such a nice cake. It's a good method. So, and this is also nice, I will mention here while I have some time, while doing this, take some time, I can tell you some more stories, information. I have this kind of blender. Power blender are all very good, very helpful tools, and I wouldn't really prefer one over the other too much. They all have their ups and downsides, you know. All the blenders are, most of the blenders have a very good idea behind it that people have thought about. Nowadays all these technical products are high standard, high quality. You pay a lot of money for them and you get something for what you pay. This one has a little advantage here in one aspect, especially because as I'm just now scraping down the cream from the bottom. Sometimes in other blenders it is not so easy to get everything really out of the bottom, because the bottom has the blades too, and the blades are in the way if you want to get something out of the bottom. First, especially these kind of firm creams with a liquid like a smoothie or so. That is easy, or a soup. You don't have that problem, but with creams, nut butters and these things, you have a problem with the bottom and the blades. And so this blender has been made with a large bottom, so you have more space to get out the last tiny bit of the cream, of the creamy, so this is all. So now, so large bottom, small blades, and so you can reach inside. So that's all. That's only one advantage, but others have other advantages. So yeah, you have just the one thing. If you want to buy a blender, one thing you might check how large is the bottom, how can I reach inside and get the rest out, the leftovers. Otherwise it is sad if you have nuts, for example, expensive nuts, or the nice fruit, like a mango is also expensive relatively in our climate. You don't want to lose too much of these nice ingredients, yeah. So it's nice to have a blender where you can reach it easily. So this is all I have to do now here. Can you see? It's so easy, this cake, and I know it will be delicious. Perfect. See how nice it looks? This will firm up. I put it in the fridge a couple of hours. And if I want to do it faster, I just freeze it. Then it takes only 2-3 hours. It's almost frozen. I can take it out and cut it into pieces. And then I can wait. Otherwise, if I wait for a night till morning, then I don't need to freeze it to cut it. Then it will firm up totally to cut it easily. With a binder. Very nice. With a Locust bean gun. Okay, I will put a foil on top. Put it in the freezer or in the fridge, and then no air will be on the surface, so no water will come up from the surface while it's drying, firming up, and the water will be, otherwise the water will build some puddles on the surface of the cake, and that's not so nice, yeah, these puddles there. So put a foil on there, directly on the cake, everything is easy. You don't need to do that, but that's what I would prefer, my suggestion. Okay, otherwise, see you very soon. I hope maybe you subscribe on Facebook, we'll be very happy. And if you subscribe, you can also push the little bell beside the subscribe button after subscribing, subscription, then you will be notified every day with a new recipe, if you like. So, Andy Vegan on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. See you very soon.